So I've been on this journey of music and speaking and ministry and wanting to be used by God to do something significant in His kingdom. Been doing it for a long time, and I thought maybe it would be helpful for me to start sharing with you guys some of the things that I've learned along the way, some of the mistakes that I've made, and even answer questions that you might have. Maybe you're an artist, you're a musician, you're a speaker, you're a writer, and you want to use your gifts for God, and you really sense His calling on your life to do that, which is such a good thing. But it gets really muddy, doesn't it, when you have an artistic gift and you want to serve God, and there's that conflict there between service and worship and ministry and needing to be seen and heard, because when we're in the arts, what we do is to be seen and it is to be heard. And so there's just like that balance that has to be found, and it can be really challenging. And I can't say that I've always walked that road really well. Can't say that I've always found that balance. But here's where I wanted to start talking about music ministry. If it's something that you feel called to, I would say to you what someone said to me at the very beginning, and that was Margaret Becker, a wonderful Christian artist who was one of the pioneers in Christian music back in, I think, the 80s and 90s. Really talented lady, a very anointed lady. And so I went to see Margaret at a Christian conference many years ago, and I'll never forget what she said. She didn't encourage us to try harder in music. She said, what is your why? Why are you doing this? She said, go back to the beginning. What did Jesus tell you to do? And she actually had us write with our non-dominant hand what we felt like that original call from God was. And that was so convicting to me that I had to be so careful, especially in Nashville, where it's all about being seen and heard and known and recognized and appreciated and approved. And oh my goodness, it's so easy to fall into the trap of needing the approval of men, isn't it? And what Margaret said to me just really struck me. She said, just go home and ask God what He wants you to do. Find your why. And so I did. I drove home from Nashville that week, and I really sought the Lord. I said, what do you want to do with my life? It's not about what I want to do. What do you want to do? And He did. He gave me a vision. He told me to bring the sound of heaven to earth. That was a long time ago. And ever since then, I have to keep coming back to that why, that my job as a believer, as a musician, as an artist, a speaker, a writer, mother, whatever I'm doing, it's got to be about that thing of communicating the love of God, the sound of God's love, whether it be through music or words or my actions or my gifts, the communication of the heavenly to earth. And so that's been my compass. And sometimes it's been really rough, but especially when you see other people being seen, being heard, being recognized, and you feel like you're not, there can be that compulsion, that temptation to promote yourself. And I don't have the answer to that, how to get your music out there, get it heard in a way that's pleasing to God and not starting to build your kingdom. But I will say that He's going to bless your music. He's going to bless your art. He's going to bless your ministry when you're building His kingdom and not yours. So just be so careful. Get in your secret place and ask the Lord, what do you want to do with my life? And then do it. And keep coming back to His vision. Let Him build His kingdom through you. And it's going to be awesome. And be careful not to look too much at what other people are doing. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. Just be yourself, sound like yourself, and do what Jesus tells you to do.